Hello and welcome to episode 23 of Forever Stranded. Guys, we made a lot of good progress last time, right? Don't you remember? We finished off another quest tree, we got some more cool stuff from it, and that's what we're going to be doing more of today, is finishing off quests. So the first thing, though, I want to show you, so you remember way back when I made a chicken spawner, right? And it wouldn't spawn anything. Well, I made a cow one, and as it turns out, I'm just an idiot because what it is that they require grass. Grass is what spawns passive mobs. So without any kind of a grass around it, of course it wouldn't spawn anything. This one, though it doesn't appear to be working right now, or at least it's taking its sweet time, maybe it's because it's night? I don't know. That has definitely spawned cows. I have killed plenty of them. And they're black and super fast because they're from the restored mob spawners. So we got to figure out which spawner it was that made a chicken. We also got to take up the sheep and other stuff, and we're going to make spawners out of those too. But hey, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at those generators, and we're going to just go ahead and do that quest. That last one from the tree that we were talking about before, I'm going to be honest, I'm not crazy about it because I still just don't think that it's very good and very useful, but we're going to do it anyways. So let's go ahead and craft up 8 of each of those generators, and that should have, let's double check. Yeah, that completed the first part of it, so now we just need to make the Mark II, which is why we were making 8 of them. So Furnace Mark II right there, and Culinary Mark II right there. Okay, so that should complete that quest. And these are all the items we get from it, so we're going to go ahead and claim those. That didn't have anything off of it, so fantastic. We are actually done with that quest. So let's go ahead and get 2 dispensers and a yaw hammer. A yaw hammer. Which, since those don't lose durability, that's actually not terribly useful. But whatever, whatever. I also threw away my drop. I need to keep that. Oh, I have a second one in there. Yeah, I need to keep those because that's how I pick up those spawners, right? So yeah, that's the first thing we're doing. And then the second thing is that um, since we've got some beef now and some bones, we can actually do this. So let's step in here and we're going to get some beef. That's plenty. And some bones. That is also plenty. And detect, submit, and claim. I hope that it did claim that. Yes, it did. Fantastic. So now we can spawn wolves and have them as pets if we really want to. Although I'm probably not going to. And then the second thing in there, the last quest that I can see right now, is an ocelot with 8 fish. We had those guardians. We killed some of them. So there should be... Oh, wow. Only 3. Gosh, I could have sworn that I had more of that. So anyways, I guess we'll have to kill some guardians to get that fish, huh? Look, I told you. All it required was grass, and now we've got cows and chickens, because those are the 2 spawners that we have so far. Isn't that super cool? I had to go kill more guardians, but we have the 8 fish that we need. So let's go ahead and turn in that quest. Now we can spawn an ocelot, and that's another tree done. So, the only trees we have left are Tinkapow. We've got these 2 modifiers, and maybe there's a 3rd one or a 4th one or whatever other quests. We've got Moving Worlds, which is getting into the advanced rocketry stuff, which I am interested in doing, of course. And then Collector, which is the BS one that has so many requirements for it to get done. But yeah, so I am going to, gosh, just really sit here and think for a second, honestly, and see what our next step should be. I will say, man, making that mega torch was such a good idea. It's a blood moon tonight. That means tons of things should be spawning, going crazy, coming to get us, and they can't, because we're around our base, and there's a mega torch keeping us safe. This is so nice. Alright guys, I've made some progress around the base. As you can see, I extended the dirt and grass out past the wall, and that's going to continue just a little bit, you know, each time I do a day of recording, so that way I can eventually have it conquer this whole town, which was always kind of the plan. And then I also went ahead and set up the farm that I was talking about. You can see it here. I've got some industrial hemp. I've got lots of rice because that's very good for feeding the machine. Some sugar cane on some snad, and then each one of those Pam's crops that we found over in the arboretums, I put in one seed of, and there's there's a lot of them. And then I've got a storage system down below. You can kind of see there in some storage drawers, and then the ender lilies along the side. It has been growing. Like, I don't think that I ever really said anything about it, but we have been getting quite a few of those. And I've just been continually making in-stone, planting them, making in-stone, planting them, making in-stone, planting them. And that's kind of the number that we're dealing with now, which is quite nice. If we come down here, I've let it run for a while just so I could get a good image of like how much it makes. And, it's working out pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's working out pretty good. We've got, lots of hemp, of course. The rice, not so much, because I was using it, like I was directly feeding the machine, and then I decided just to make some spider eye soup just to, jump start it and get it all filled up, because it was filling up pretty slowly with the rice. But that's helped out a lot. Got a culinary generator, like one of the extra utilities ones, and then I've also got the one that we had to make for the quest, the Mark II here, and it's feeding power up and into the system, and it's closed, so it's not using our normal base power, it's using just this, though that might change eventually. Got all the different crops here. There's one empty slot that's not currently being used, and all of these are already upgraded, so they've got the the 4 emerald upgrades and then also the void upgrade. So like I said, our food problems, they're over. I'm just gonna fill up my lunchbox with whatever the best possible thing I can make is, I guess, and then also start eating stuff involving all of these as we move around, because there's a lot of cheap things that we can make now, involving all these different materials. So we are quite well set for food, quite well set. And here I've got a just a really simple, like, paper axe head, paper tool rod, and stone shovel head tool, so that way it started off with 5 modifiers and I can make it unbreaking right away. It's only got 9 durability, but that doesn't matter to the machine because it's unbreakable. It never uses durability. So yeah, it's just got this stuff harvesting growth crystal down below in order to make it all grow super fast, super fast. So yeah, that's sort of a progress update of what's going on. So now we're going to break into those advanced rocketry quests. We're going to start tearing those down, looking around at those and seeing what we can do. Going to get a small plate presser, and also we need to make a lever. We actually need to make one because it's a crafting task. So there we go. That's now done. Claim our reward. And then we will look around at the other ones after we pop this loot chest. Hey, 40 diamond ore. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain at all. We'll go ahead and throw this. Let's actually take a look. I'm curious. Yeah, we do have a couple of them. So if we do that and that, boom, we can pull out some extra lives. And that's just, that's just putting some items down for us, getting our system a little bit less cluttered. So yeah, let's take a look here. We've got electric arc furnace, lathe, keep rolling, cutting wafers, and a crystallizer. Yeah, all this is looking a little bit complicated. That one looks like it comes after this one, or should, because that looks like a better version of that. Cutting wafers, saw blade assembly. Yeah, this is a lot of machine stuff. Well, I guess it doesn't matter which one we do first, so let's go ahead and do that one since it looks like it has something that comes after it if we can. Let's see, we got enhanced motor, saw blade assembly, at advanced rocketry. Where's that saw blade assembly? Iron rods, iron plates. How do you make iron rods? Oh, not bad. Not bad. I'll make a few of those. And then what was the other thing? Iron plates and an iron saw blade, which is iron plates with an iron rod. Do I already have some iron plates made? I do. I do. So we got that. And boom, got a saw blade assembly. Nice! So that quest should have updated. So yeah, we'll look around at this, we'll get this done. Enhanced motor, where is that one at over here? Hmm. I'm blind. I'm blind. I don't see it. So we're motor. Oh, it's not in there. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Oh. Boom. Titanium plates and rods and aluminum coils. What is... I don't have any aluminum in the system? Well, that's okay. We can grab some. We definitely have some. That's not a problem. Is this... yeah, this is the aluminum. We'll just grab a couple stacks and put those into the system. We need 2 of those. And I'm like 100% certain I don't have the titanium plates. How do you get titanium? What's that? How do you get titanium dust? Rutile. Nether gravel again. This is really annoying. All the stuff that I have to get from the nether. Let me see. Do I have any already? I have 1. Unhelpful. Unhelpful. Well, it looks like I gotta pound a lot of nether gravel into the system here, and we'll see what we can find. Yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pound any more nether gravel. It's boring. I hate it. So no. Instead, we're gonna go a different direction here. So I'm gonna make a lens, throw that in there. We're gonna go and throw that in there too, and that, and then we're going to make this. So this is another thing from environmental tech. It's the same as that that solar panel that we created earlier, right? This thing is going to mine ore, like get us ores from the void. That's what it does. So we're going to make one of those. And then I know that I need more. I need some gold blocks and some diamond blocks. We'll just grab a stack of each. That's not how much we need. We definitely need less than that, but we're going to do that anyways. Okay, so then back to this thing. What's this? Make. Done. Good. Fantastic. What am I missing? What is the top? A block of quartz. Okay, well, I mean, like, that's not hard to make, obviously. Okay, get out of here for now. Give me this. Block of quartz. Okay. Okay, we've got that done. Now we need a certain amount of structure blocks and other things. Let's take a look here. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Okay. Because I just have that thing. That's how I want it to work. Where is there? Boom. Void or miner. What is required for 1? We've got structure blocks, machine base, laser core, and clear laser lens or any colored variant. Okay, so we need 24 structure blocks, tier 1 or better, and we are using, which one? The basalt? I feel like we're using the basalt. Which is the coal around the stone. And we're going to make 24 of those. Alright, let's grab it out. Excuse me. There, maybe my throat will be a little bit more clear. What am I doing? Why am I going over here? Coal is stored out here now. This is where coal is. Let's grab out a stack. Boop. Which I'd say something about clogging up the inventory with stuff that's stored elsewhere, but I mean, we're probably going to use that right now. Not a lot of stone, but that's okay. Because that's just the block, but then the structure block is Yeah. Okay. So we need 24 of these. So let's make 24. 24. Okay, we got our structure blocks. What else was required? Guide. Ore miner. 20 machine bases, 2 laser cores. Which one is the machine base? Machine base. Machine. Oh, we need 2 of these. So we'll go ahead and make those. And then that's modifiers. Launcher, lens. Photo. Which one is machine base? Basalt machine base. Okay, that's not terrible. So we'll need to make 20 more of those. 20 more basalt. There we go. Oh, I'm out of those. Okay. Well, that's fine. Make a couple stacks. Put those back in. I mean, I should be able to just make all of those. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I think, is that everything? It's very close. 1 clear laser lens or any colored variant. Okay, now that's where this is going to come into play. Let's look up rutile use. How do I get rutile? No, not that. How do I get it? Are you kidding me? I just did all this and there's no recipe for it. I have to pound the gravel? This thing is supposed to get stuff. Like, that's the whole point of this 4-door miner, is that you use it to get this. Well, okay, we still want one of these because we also want to pick up some ardite so we can start making those second tool modifiers and finish that quest, which this is also going to be good for. And ardite is the orange lens. So we're going to still do this. That in the vi, row, and then it's the orange one. Right, we need to make one of those first. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. Okay. So there we go. We can focus that laser. Look at us getting achievements and stuff. So this takes a decent amount of power, and I don't want this to be in this area. Like, I want it to be outside. Like, I want something over there for this, because this is a thing. It'll get much bigger as time progresses, and we have the power to upgrade it. Much bigger. So, I don't know. I'm going to pause here for a second and sulk about the rutile not being an obvious thing. And then we'll come back together and we'll build something and put this in it. As the sun sets, we take a look at the works that we have done. So you can see I've got another laser string coming off here, right? Yep. So here's what we did, right? So I kind of copied the style of the town that we're in, right? If we take a look at this, it's got the tiled slab look on the top and then the bricks for the outside. Now I'm going to put a few more details into it, maybe some windows so we can look around at the world outside. And then also probably going to, crack up some of the bricks like these ones here to really make it blend in. But this is the basic structure. And then you can see I've got some lasers going into it, and this is it set up. Now I've it's been running for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 minutes so far, and this is what we've got going. Of note, because this thing uses just a lot of power, I went ahead and restricted the output on this capacitor bank to 120, so it can only supply 120 RF a tick to it. So, I mean, it could go faster if I let it, but that's not really what I want to do at the moment because we are still kind of working on our power system to get it done. And I've got an orange laser in there. You saw me craft it up before. It says white, but it is actually an orange one. And then I use that so that way I can refine it down to where it's going to have a higher chance of spawning ardite, for instance. But yeah, so that's what we've got so far. Nothing too bad, but nothing too great either. And we will keep an eye on that, right? Let me work on some more of these details, and then we'll take a look. We'll take a look. Ta-da! There we go. You can see I've added plenty of windows in the structure because it really is the style of the city that we're in for that to be a thing. So I went ahead and put in plenty of those in little columns, and then also a couple of big windows here in the front because that's more like my style. You know, if my character was rebuilding this building or taking it over, you know, maybe he'd put a few things in that was to his liking. I also cracked it up quite a bit in a few places. I noticed when I was looking at my building and the other buildings, it seemed like the cracks mostly happened around the windows. I mean, there's a few places where it just happens, but mostly around the windows. So I kept that kind of same style there. So I made a lot of cracks around the windows and then a few in random places. I actually put the top windows in later, so some of these cracks were just already there, and it really it worked out. You know, it makes it look like it's part of the structure now. I really feel like this could have been a part of the town that I just took over, even though, you know, I assembled it from the ground up. But yeah, so now that we've been running this for a little bit longer because I was busy building, let's take a look here. Hey, we got a cobalt. That's good. Some diamond, gold, platinum, nickel, sulfur. Still no ardite, which is kind of, you know, not like the reason we set this up, but the material that we were really looking for when we were setting it up. So that's unfortunate. But hey, you know, it'll come. It'll come in time. It'll come in time. Yeah. So let me check the time because I think we might be getting towards the end. All right, so as it turns out, I was correct. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So guys, please hit that like button down below. It really makes me feel appreciated when I see that getting pressed. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel because we've still got a fair bit of challenges to go through. I am still kind of hopeful that this thing will give us some rutile ore, even though it didn't. It didn't say that there was a crystal lens that specifically worked for it. I can't imagine that it wouldn't just still give it to us. But yeah, we're going to need a lot of that to get into the advanced rocketry stuff because it requires quite a bit of titanium, and that's something that we just don't really have a lot of. But anyways, yeah, I will see you in the next episode.